1988. So I'm going to get this damn tape open. Yep. Here's the sticker label looks like. And this tape was from RCA Columbia Pictures Home Video in 1985. This tape was printed on the 21st week of 1985. Yep. On this tape has the trailer for like A Runaway when it stars with Tom Selleck. Here's like another RCA Columbia VHS, Housekeeping. The one who directed the Local Hero with Burt Lancaster in 1983. Housekeeping was released on VHS in early '88. This is one of the last titles to be released with the opening the right side box. They stopped doing that since '88, summer of '88, when they put one of the titles into the flip cardboard. Yep. This tape was printed exactly on March 28, 1988. Now the next one we have, yep, we got here like plenty of more titles on VHS. Now let's begin with the East Side Kids of Ghosts on the Loose. That is before they were named the Bowery Boys. Yep, with Leo Gorcey, Huntz Hall, Sunshine Sammy Morrison, and Bobby Jordan. 1985 release from Video Treasures. Yeah. How much I like the Bowery Boys, but the Bowery Boys ain't funny as compared to the Three Stooges and Laurel and Hardy, or Abbott and Costello. The next one we have here, a Western movie that Marlon Brando did. That is the Appaloosa from 1966. And it's on VHS in the '86 release from Kansas Video Corporation and licensed by MCA Home Video, and it's in the clamshell. That was made in 1966 from Universal. Here's what this tape looks like. No print date on it. Here's like this next tape. Jungle Book with Sabu from 1942. That is part of the Prison Entertainment Silver Screen series. Yep. Joseph Colorado was co-starring in it. I have Cyrano de Bergerac in this series. That I got it in 2014. Off on eBay. And this tape was printed on the 26th week of 1985. The next tape we have here, one of the couple of these NTA Home Entertainment tapes. Let's start with Joan Crawford and Sterling Hayden in Johnny Guitar in 1953. And it's a 1983 VHS release from NTA Home Entertainment, a little bit before they changed the name to the Republic Home Video. One of the NTA tapes I showed you early from these other videos were one of those Little Rascals tapes. Yep. How much I love the Little Rascals, known as Our Gang. The next tape we have here, starting with Glenn Ford and Cesar Romero in the Americano from 1955. Here's what this tape looks like. Yep. Printed it in 1987. Known as a reprint. Next one we got here is Firepower. That stars with James Corban, Sophia Loren, and O.J. Simpson. CBS Fox video release in 1983. Yep, R-rated movie, and also in it's the drawer box packaging of it. Here's like another one from CBS Fox. That is The Pride and the Passion, starring with Cary Grant, Frank Sinatra, and Sophia Loren. Directed by Stanley Kramer. Produced and directed by Stanley Kramer. One who directed It's a Mad, 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 Mad World and Judgment in Nuremberg. 1983 release from CBS Fox Video. One of these things I'm going to get like the original releases of the fairy tale theater tapes. Not from Playhouse Video, but from CBS Fox. Next one we got here is Marco Goes to Hollywood, starring with Vincent Price, Jill St. John, Jim Backus, and James Darren. Narrated by Zaza Garber, introduced by Richard Burton. Cameo appearance of Mickey Rooney and Phyllis Diller, and many others. This was made in 1971, and there's Jim Backus dressing up as Mr. Magoo. Did you know Jim Backus does the voice of Mr. Magoo since the 1950s, when these UPA cartoons were so popular at the time? And this is the 1984 release of it on VHS from 4 Season Video. Yep, and this is the next rental cassette. Now the next one we got here is Three Ride Riders from 1976. And this is the 1983 release. Yep, in the clamshell. This got to be like an ex-rental tape from the video store. We got here some plenty of more VHS tapes. Step aside. Here's like another Laurel and Hardy tape I have. March of the Wooden Soldiers. That was made in 1934. I showed you that earlier with these other previous videos. Yep. That's from Good Times, 1991. Yep. I don't need this copy. I already have the slip cardboard. The next one we got here, Frank Sinatra and Sterling Hayden in Suddenly in 1954. And it's not in black and white version in public domain. This is in colorization. And it's in the big fat box from the Howard Studios Award Movie Greats. Yep. That's the same exact release as with Laurel and Hardy's Way Out West in Colorized. And the Oscar-winning music box and helpmates were available. I'm trying to get DOA Colorized with Eben O'Brien. Sub and I used to rent it out on VHS back in the days of the video store. And I gotta open up this big box. Alright, here comes the box. Here's what this tape looks like. Yep. This is an ex-rental tape that has no print date on it. Some people think Colorized might be a phony from like the original black and white format. And here we go. The next one we got here, that is The Man Who Saw Tomorrow, narrated by Orson Welles. Made in 1981 about old-time histories of the world, told by the great Orson Welles. This is the last one that Warner Home Video released in the clamshell in 1986. Yep. Show you what this tape looks like. Maybe has a print date inside of the sticker label, but I'm not going to tear that up. That makes it feel stupid. Yep. This is the next rental. Here we go. The next one we got here, it is Group Marriage in 1980 whatever. That was got to be in the early 80s. This is on VHS from 1984 from Media Home Entertainment and VIC Home Video. Yep. I'll show you what this tape looks like in the sticker label. And here we go. Ex-rental. Yep. And I do love the peanuts. Distributed by Media Home Entertainment, 1984. And the only thing they didn't have was with Charlie Brown. The next tape we got here, live at Hannigan's, Harrah and something like that. Starring with Bill Cosby. Also has Rip Taylor and Dick Shawn. That special was made in 1981 from Showtime under the license of Paramount. And this is on VHS from 1985. And at the end of the tape has the FBI warning screen that was used in Magnetic Video Corporation and 20th Century Fox Video. The next one we got here starts with Clint Eastwood. That is a Bronco Billy from 1980. Yep. And this is the 1985 release from Warner Home Video. And this has got to be a 1986 reprint. And then at the end of this tape has the Deftone test pattern on there. Yep. God, I love Clint Eastwood. He's got to be about 90, but he's been retired from show business for a long time. The next one we have for Warner Home Video, that is Fandango from 1984, starring with Kevin Costner, Judd Nelson, and Sam Robards. Sam Robards was the son of Jason Robards. Yep. This is the early 85 release. Yep. Out the same time as with City Heat on VHS with Burt Reynolds and Clint Eastwood, which is not a great movie. This is an ex-rental. Yep. Do the Bluto, do the Bluto, do the Bluto. The next one we got here from part of the NGMUA Home Videos, the Great Books on Video collection, Lonelyhearts, starring with Montgomery Clift, Robert Ryan, and Myrtle Loy, made in 1958. This is the last one to be released in the series. The Great Books on Video series ran from the years of 1985. It was all completed in 1987. On the beginning of this tape has the Great Books on Video collection promo, and it has the Deftone thing in there at the end. That's a pretty great collection back then in 1985 to 87. The next one I have from NGMUA, that is A Dude for One from 1986 film, starring with Julie Andrews, Alan Bates, and Max von Swarl, the one who died early of last year in 2020, the week before the COVID. Yep, COVID-19, yep. He was an Exorcist in 1973, yep. And this is made from Canon Films, and it's released from NGMUA Home Video in 1987. On this tape also has the Deftone in there too. Julie Andrews was success in Mary Poppins and The Sound of Music, and thought Eddie Martin, Millie, and Victor Victoria. And she was married to Blank Edwards. She could sing great, Julie Andrews. The next one we got here, that is The Children of Sanctuary, that starts with Anthony Quinn and Dolores Del Rio. That was got to be in the 1978 special. I mean, a TV movie. I think it's rated R. Dolores Del Rio was in old films in the 30s, like Flying Down to Rio with Gene Raymond and Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. And this tape was released in 1984 from Monterey Home Video. That was before they changed the name to Freeze Home Video a few years later. Yep. This is under a license of Family Home Entertainment and USA Home Video. Here's what this tape looks like. Yep. And this is printed on September 5th, 1984. Around that time when Family Home Entertainment released Gumby for President in the series. Yep. You see, I love those big fat boxes. They're pretty hard to find and rare. Brings me back days of the video stores. trying to close the damn thing. The next one we have, that is the California Gold Rush, starring with Robert Hayes and John Denver and Ken Curtis. And it was made in 1985, and this is the 85 release in a big fat box. God, I love Western movies. My dad watches the old Western shows every day. Here's what this tape looks like. Yep. Hold on. The next one we got here, like a karate movie called Kill the Golden Goose. Was made in 1980 whatever. Probably in the late 1970s and early 80s. This is an R-rated movie. This is on VHS from 1981 from Video Gyms in the clamshell. That stars with Ed Parker and Master Bon Soo-hin. That's probably a Chinese actor. Here's what this tape looks like. That's the company when the Peppy Longstocking films were kindly available on VHS back in the early 80s from that company. The original Peppy Longstocking movie. Now here's The Legends of the Northwest Dog. It was made in 1978. That's from Video Gems on VHS from 1981. Boy, videotapes were so popular back then. The stars with Bear Hurt as himself, Marshall Red, yep, and Denver Pine, and Joey Young, yeah. Here's what this tape looks like. Now the next one we got here, another Western movie, Between God, the Devil, and the Winchester, that stars with Richard Harrison and Gilbert Roland. This is a Unicorn Video Incorporated from the early 80s in the clamshell. And this tape, I checked it out, it has someone taped the EP on it by mistake. Now, the next one we got here is the Spanish comedy called, it's got to be Paso from 1970 whatever, that stars with Jose Ferrer and Alan Garfield, one who died recently this year at the age of 81. Here's what this tape looks like. Yep. This VHS tape didn't say what year it was made, but it's just pretty funny, I guess. Here's the FBI warning on this clamshell. Last VHS tape I have on this video, My Old Man, sorry, with Cary, Christine McNichol, Wharton Oates, and Ellen Barnin, the one she was in Sting and Private Benjamin. This is like a tradition to the Black Stallion, yep. This film was made in 1979, the year when the Black Stallion was made, yep. And this is on VHS in the 1986 release from Prison Entertainment in the clamshell. And print date was on the 20th week of 1986. Ex-rental, that's pretty good. And here's a bonus movie that I have on Betamax. Across 110th Street, starring with Anthony Quinn, which was made in 1972, and this is on Beta from the 1984 release from Key Video under license of CBS Fox Video, and it's a rated R movie. Yep. I'll show you what this beta tape looks like. Here we go again. Here's what this tape looks like. The other beta tape I showed you was Three Stooges Volume 10, as one of my previous videos. Yep. I guess that wraps it up for the VHS update for Part 1 and Part 2. Now I'll be back again just for Part 3 for the updates thing. Until then, see you later.